Hello everyone, welcome back to Persona 4 Golden in real time. This series where I play through the day in the game on the same date in real life, one day at a time. Now, I'm back from vacation finally, took a trip to Colorado, did some hiking, saw some sights, but most importantly, took it easy and relaxed, but glad to be back. Now, today is September 16th, and while I'm back, Naoto has recently gone missing, so let's go ahead and see what the gang is up to today. So, gang synced up as usual. Okay, another rainy day. You overhear students talking. It's been raining for a few days, but I heard it's finally supposed to clear up this afternoon. Really? Then I don't have to cancel my plans. You know that there's a holiday next week, right? I promised my girlfriend we'd go to Okina together. I was worried that it might rain that day. Phew. What? If that's the case, then I hope it never stops raining. Rain like a waterfall so his date gets cancelled. Well, pretty spiteful guy, but... I guess the rain brings out the worst in us.
Last night on TV, that was Naoto-kun for sure.
What's the verdict, Teddy? Is he really in there?
I do smell someone.
It's just like before. Nothing's changed.
Like, before. Of course! That's why Naoto-kun appeared on the news so suddenly. He said something didn't seem right and that he wasn't convinced. He also believed that the people who are kidnapped appear on TV
I
first,
see.
remember?
Putting himself at risk to get to the
Wait,
bottom
you're
of it.
saying he's using himself as bait? We came to the same conclusion he did, about how people who become famous through TV would disappear. Could he be trying to prove the theory by using himself?
I mean, it sounds like that's the
You mean he
conclusion.
got kidnapped on purpose? That's crazy! He could be killed!
He said, "This is not a game for me either. It's all my fault. I'm the one that said that to him."
Idiot! Why the hell didn't he just tell us?
He knew we'd stop him if he did. Instead, he left us clues so we could figure it out and...
I know! That son of a...
But what about the killer the police are holding now? Mitsuo did kill King Moron, right?
I mean, it's pretty tough to piece all of this together. There's a lot of missing clues, but... I mean, honestly, I don't think he's behind this. I think he's currently in custody, so probably not him. Let's go ahead and say a new killer's appeared. Definitely seems like it's someone else that's responsible
Wait,
for it.
didn't Naoto-kun mention this? How it was clear what Mr. Moroka's cause of death was as opposed to the other two victims?
Alright, so
Then
seems
is
like
King
someone
Moron
else
the
did
only
it.
one Mitsuo killed? That'd explain why there were no signs of King Moron being thrown into the TV. The killer didn't change his methods for King Moron. It just seemed that way because it was done by someone else.
Then whoever kidnapped Naoto-kun, that's the real killer?
But wait a sec. Didn't Mitsuo say he was the one behind it all? Why would he take the blame for someone else's crime?
I mean, if he
Isn't
can't
that
be
weird?
famous, he'll be
And they said on the news
infamous.
that the culprit confessed to the other murders too. There's also something else that's been bothering me, but
To hell with someone who's behind bars!
Yeah, Kanji
If we don't
definitely
get off
seems
our
fired
asses,
up about
that
this.
stupid Naoto's gonna die in there! We gotta go find him!
Alright, back to the TV world. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this before too long.
Someone's definitely in here. And the world seems to have grown larger.
That's amazing, Rise-chan. There's no way my nose can pick up that much. Shall I give you a massage?
Don't bother her.
It's the same as last time. I know he's here, but I can't tell where. I need something that'll help me understand him. I need some clues. Without that, I have no idea which way we should look.
Damn it! There's too much we don't know about that kid. But if we don't do something, he's gonna...
hey, snap out of it. This is just like all the other times. Let's not panic, keep an eye on the weather, and do this like always. We'll save him no problem. First, we need to look for something that'll help us locate him.
I know. I wasn't panicking. We know he's over here. So all we gotta do is get him out.
I'm sorry I couldn't find him. All I need is some kind of hint to help me understand him better. Then I could find him for sure.
It seems you need more information about Naoto to make any progress. You should ask around about him. Okay, I feel like we can probably get to the bottom of this. Let's go ahead and start at school to begin the investigation. Alright, she looks like she knows something. Naoto-kun, he's gotten pretty popular, hasn't he? Well, I heard a rumor that there's this girl who saw something that belonged to him. Must have been near the lavatories. Why don't you try looking there? Okay, first lead, let's go ahead and follow it as far as we can. So let's go ahead, head over to the practice building. You want to hear about Hiragane-kun? Oh, this is interesting. I saw him get real angry. I'm not sure what it was about, but he was with a policeman. I wonder what happened to make him shout like that. This was in the shopping district a little while ago. Naoto was with a policeman earlier. In any case, you should try to find this policeman. Okay, let's go ahead, go into town, go to the shopping district. Alright. Oh wait, what's Adachi up to? Wow, the town is getting excited. I don't really know much about Naoto-kun's interview, but, well, it's the fact that he helped solve the case, so it's no surprise that he was interviewed for his contribution. And I'd rather have people excited about things like this than all the bad news, you know? Okay, well, not a whole lot of, leads, but, you know, got some more information about the case at least. Now, let's see. Okay, there's a policeman up there. Let's see if he knows anything. What do you want? I'm in the middle of something here, so don't bother me. If school's out, go home already. I swear, kids these days. He doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk. It may be best to make a change of plans. Okay, let's go ahead. Go to the floodplain. More specifically, the riverbank. And check in with Chie. Yeah, I guess it's no good unless we act like we're Naoto-kun's friends and we're worried about him. Like, Naoto hasn't been to school recently and we're getting worried. Is he busy with police work? Why not ask them something like that? Chie's suggestion does seem to make sense. Next time you speak to the police, you should try that. Alright, let's go ahead, give that a shot, see if it works. So, he was pretty angry at us last time. I don't know if his tune's gonna change that quickly, but let's go ahead, give it a shot. As soon as we get to the top of this hill. There we go. You got some business with me, kid? Just because I don't look it, I'm still busy, you know. You told him that Naoto hasn't been coming to school lately and that you're worried. Hiragane? Do you know him? I haven't seen him at the station lately either. Funny, it wasn't that long ago that he'd be around well into the night, looking through the files. Even if he wasn't satisfied with the case's outcome, he seemed to be so focused that I thought he was obsessed with it. You listened to him talk about Naoto. Maybe you should try talking to another police officer. Okay. I think that's about all we can do for today, so let's go ahead and actually go back, take the bus. It's the bus stop. You can work at the daycare center today. You feel your relationship with Eri won't deepen just yet. Take the bus to the hill overlooking town for daycare work? I mean, if we can't continue the Naoto investigation, might as well make some progress on our social links, so let's do it. You decide to work at the daycare center. Hopefully this time I don't get punched in the stomach, but we'll see. You help the daycare center. Once again, the children tug at you from all directions. Your understanding has increased. Alright, some real deep conversation. You earn 10,000 yen from your job at the daycare center.
Welcome back.
You can work as a janitor at the hospital today. Alright, made pretty good progress. Let's go ahead and save that before we continue on. And then now, let's go ahead. Oh, no, not go back home. Let's go ahead, go back to the shopping district, and spend some time with Yumi.
Hey!
Yukun, what are you doing here? Me? I'm about to head home. I was out late at the hospital. I think I'll stay here a little longer. I don't feel like going home yet. It seems Yumi doesn't want to go home yet. Should you spend the evening with Yumi? I mean, it's been a while since I talked with her, so let's do it. Thanks. I think I want to chat to get my mind off of things. Yumi seems happy. Alright, if I can talk, then this will go a little bit smoother. Alright, some idle conversation. You cheered Yumi up with small talk.
Thank you.
Yukun, I feel a little better now. It seems you were able to be of help to Yumi. You feel your relationship with Yumi has grown deeper. You feel your relationship with Yumi is going to become closer soon. Sorry, but I have to be going home now. Oh yeah, do you want this? You received red bean
can you
cornet
take
from
this?
Yumi. I hear it's popular. Go ahead and eat it if you want. Oh, the bus is coming. Good night then. You saw Yumi off
see you
and went
later.
home. Okay. You know, still not sure what's going on with Naoto, but made some progress at least. So, let's gonna go ahead and wrap up the gameplay portion today and bring us on to Shuffle Time. Alright, let's go ahead and see what today's card is. And it is the Death Arcana in the reverse position. Okay, not a super promising return from vacation, but, you know, it's reverse, so hopefully it's a, you know, like, avoiding the negative sides of death and just focusing on the positive. But let's go ahead and see what fate has in store for us. Reverse death meaning. The death reversal meaning is still about change, but that you have been resisting it. You could be worried about letting go of the past, or you cannot be sure of the changes that you need to make to go forward. Resisting the change and holding on to the past can limit your future, which can cause you to feel like you are in limbo. You should take some time to assess the ways that you have been approaching the changes in your life. You may find you have been halting the changes that you need due to fears of the unknown. While you can still be afraid, you should trust that you are taking the right steps and move forward. Life moves on, so fighting passing time is only going to leave you with regrets. Death does not have to be a card of regret, especially if you heed its warning. Okay, not a super upbeat one, but I think it's definitely a good thing to focus on and spend the time working on. And I do feel like sometimes I get a card and it's like, okay, this doesn't feel applicable to me, or like not with what's been going on recently. But this one I think is actually pretty well timed. That while on vacation, you know, having a lot more free time and thinking about how I do things, what I work on, stuff like that, like generally how I spend my time. And so just kind of being more aware of like, oh, now that I have so much time, when you're on vacation, you have all this free time without having to work and everything like that. It's kind of like, oh, like how should I spend it? And it's the same amount of time I have when I'm working, but it's just the time's not spent working, so it makes you more aware of how you're spending your time. And so I've been thinking that in my free time, I definitely want to focus on just using my time on things that I feel is more valuable or worthwhile, rather than just like on the internet, like social media, stuff like that, and then not remembering it or really having any value from it long term. So I've actually today been logging how I spend my time. So every once in a while, I'll like put a timestamp and then say what I've done since the previous timestamp. Ideally, it would be separated into one activity at a time. So it'd be like, got lunch, like went on my phone, played games or something like that. But how it works out more realistically is that every once in a while it's like change activities and it's like, oh, okay, let's update it. It's like, okay, well, I did these 3 things since I last updated it. But I think in the end, being able to look back and see how you spent your time overall throughout the day and realize like, okay, this isn't worth my time. I spent a total of 5 hours on things that weren't worthwhile. Then it's like, okay, let's try to just spend that on other things. And I think it's very easy to plan out your whole schedule and be like, all right, like 9 a.m. to noon, I'm going to be working on this. And from noon to 4 p.m., I'm going to do this. And that might be the ideal way to spend your time. But realistically, if you schedule all out like that ahead of time, once you actually get to it, you're probably not going to be super in the mood to do all of those things at the time they schedule it for. So even if it's not something that's like super productive and has benefits long term, I think just spending more time like watching a show that I'm interested in or reading a comic book series that I like is going to be more worthwhile than just mindlessly browsing the internet. So I think in the long term, this will definitely pay off. But, you know, I think that's something a lot of people can benefit from, just tracking how they spend their time, being more aware of it, and trying to be more intentional with it. So, you know, like I said, I think this card definitely actually came at an appropriate time of having this change to try to be more productive, but, you know, still some hesitancy with it. And dealing with the unknown of what that looks like moving forward, but still worth figuring out. So that's going to go ahead and be another day down and another card done. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm, glad to be back. We're going to be continuing on through playing Persona for Gold Interval time. And, eventually we'll get to the end of this, even though we're a little bit over halfway, but, still going strong and going to keep going until it's done. So thanks, guys. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to follow along with the journey, as I do this every day. But either way, thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.